Welcome to another edition of Meet Your Neighbor. I'm Joey Prey, and today we're interviewing Laura Cooper, a good friend of ours here in Charlotte. So tell me, Laura, where did you grow up?
Actually, I did grow up in Charlotte. I've lived here all my life, well, with the exception of 1 year when I lived in Lansing. But other than that, I've been here my entire life.
Way cool. So many of our kids, relatives, kids we went to school with, have moved out of the area for so many things. Mm-hmm. What kept you in the area here?
Mostly family, with my parents and them aging and having to take care of them as well. But I worked in Lansing for a lot of years, and so I kind of lost track with the community somewhat. So it's nice to be here. Yeah.
You spend a lot of your days over in. You worked for what? The Department of
Natural Resources.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, I worked for the state of Michigan for 43.8. Not 43 and a half and not 44, 43.8. I'm taking credit for every eighth of a month or whatever.
Yeah.
And I worked for the Department of Transportation for quite a while, and then I switched over to Department of Natural Resources. Mm-hmm. Retired April 1st, and from the Forest Resources Division. Mm-hmm. I was the Human Resources Manager. So I've been doing human resources work my entire career.
Oh, human resources, making sure people are where they're supposed to be, doing what they're supposed to do, and are taken well care of.
Hire and fire.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, my. So, tell me a little bit about what was your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part of my job?
Yeah.
I think my favorite part was when years later people would remember who I was. Mm-hmm. I did a lot of training. I was the training coordinator for the DNR, and a lot of people would come back and say, I remember when you did my new employee orientation, I remember when we were in Supervisor Academy and you were there, or you hired me, and then to watch them move up in their career, that was always real satisfying. Yeah.
Kind of felt like they were some of your kids or something, probably at some point.
Well, and in these later years that I was working, and I'd be hiring people, and I realized they're even younger than my kids. So I was writing those dates down, and I'm like, whoa, that was, just yesterday.
Okay, grandson.
Yeah,
let me tell you what it's going to be like.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
That's excellent. Well, tell me something that everybody else doesn't know about you. What might that be?
I am...
That you want everybody... That you
there's some things I can't say.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later. But I think that people don't realize about me is I have an old soul, and I really like... old music and like big band sound.
Oh, yeah.
And, I'd really like to learn how to ballroom dance, and I'd really like to go to some of the clubs in New York City that still, you still dress up in sequins and, listen to the big band sound and stuff, I like that, and I love the Frank Sinatra songs and some of that. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you think some of that may have come from the years we spent in Charlotte High School band?
Probably.
Yeah.
Listening to some of the musicals that we played in band, I still love some of the musicals. I was able to go see An American in Paris in Grand Rapids. And I loved that, and I love the musicals.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Do you have any hobbies or things not outside of work anymore since you're retired?
Yep, right.
But tell me.
Well, I like to bead. I like to make my own jewelry, which I do have on today.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
But
what is it made out of? Is this enameled?
This is an enamel. Actually, it's kind of a ceramic, but actually some friends bought that for me. So I've been going to some bead shows.
Yeah.
And so I just recently came back from Milwaukee, and it was interesting that you can spend $200 in less than 90 minutes. But
my gosh.
On a package you come out with, it's only like this big, because that's what beads are. But so I'm enjoying that.
All right. So you're a beadnik.
I'm a beadnik. Yes, I am a beadnik. I love to do jigsaw puzzles. I love to travel.
Oh, yeah. Where was your favorite place to travel?
Well, my very first place that I loved to travel, obviously, was Europe when we went with the band years ago.
Gosh.
That was an unbelievable trip.
I wasn't there yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was before I came into band. I've heard lots about it, though.
Sorry. Yeah, you would have had fun. That was an unbelievable travel. But I have to say, Juneau.
Juneau?
Yes, my work sent me there for a conference to Juneau, Alaska.
Really?
Yes.
What did you
and-
like about Juneau so
Oh,
much?
well, probably my favorite thing was the glacier, Mendenhall Glacier.
Oh, yes.
I see that you were at the Mendenhall Glacier,
I did.
correct?
We climbed some of the crevasses and the fissures and the ice cliffs, yes.
Well, I have to
Wow.
tell you, what I heard when I was there
Mm-hmm.
was that they take 2 helicopters up on the glacier every day because the glacier moves.
Mm-hmm.
And they take one up there to see if it's moved and the other one to make sure that person's safe.
Yes.
And when they asked me if I wanted to go up there, I was like, oh, no, that's not happening. And I see the praise went up there. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have gone up there.
We
But
took our whole family up there.
I realized that. And I'm like, they're nuts.
Well, that's been said
But
before.
that was absolutely the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Isn't
You
that
cannot
wild?
imagine the color blue.
Oh.
And in fact, I did a scrapbook because I do some scrapbooking too. And I just, crystal blue persuasion. That was the top
Oh,
of
yes.
my page. And I had all those pictures. And
Yes, the glacial ice is so pretty.
yeah. And, and the whale watching was
Oh, yes.
awesome. I could do that all day. The only thing I really encourage people to do is put your camera down. You really got to see it without your camera, not through the lens.
Oh, yes.
You really have to
That's
see
right.
it and experience that.
It is. I've noticed that on some of the trips, especially when we're in Alaska.
Yeah.
It was much better picture in your mind
Exactly.
looking at it than whatever you could capture on your
Exactly.
phone. No matter what
Exactly.
kind of, or phone,
Camera, whatever,
GoPro, all those different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. So I have a trip planned. Be my 3rd cruise down to the Caribbean, but
Oh, yes.
never been to New Orleans. But we're sailing out of New Orleans, so we're going to extend
yeah.
our stay and stay a few days in New Orleans.
That'll be great.
Yeah, yeah.
What a cool town to visit.
It is. It is. It doesn't. I don't want it to sound morbid, but I kind of want to see a funeral when I'm there, because it's that whole real dirge type thing, and then all of a sudden they just break into jazz.
Yes, where they carry the casket down the street with the band.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So I'm interested. So I might be lucky there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if we don't do that, maybe we can just stage one when you come back.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a deal.
We've had a few people that have said, yeah, maybe that's what I'd like to do. And that's like, dude, that would be so
Yeah.
much. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it'd be kind of so much fun, but fun is the first 3 letters of funeral.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
What do you think how do you think you want other people to see you? What's your thought?
I think I like to have fun. That's, the fun in the funeral,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. But I really love to have fun. I love to laugh. That was my dad. Humor is so important.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I have friends that we laugh a lot, and I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's really important. So I hope it's always going to be my sense of humor and being kind to people and, having done human resources my whole life, you're around people a lot. So
Oh, yes.
I'm hoping that people remember everything that was good, even if there might have been something bad. I'm hoping
Sure.
they always remember the good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, I have one more question for you. Tell me a little bit more about the new direction, I don't know what you call it, calling that you're following
Yes.
after retirement?
Yes. Well, I had a lot of loss in just a short period of time, and I remember doing part of my dad's funeral with you.
Yes,
did
I remember
a piece
that.
of that
Yeah.
because we had our pastor was not available, and I had the opportunity and really wanted to do the funeral for my brother-in-law when he passed away. And I did that entire service, and I really liked sitting down and talking with people and with family. I found out some things even about my family I didn't know
yeah.
in doing that, and then taking that and writing that story and then being able to tell that story. So when I found out about the Celebrant training, which I did not know about till you had mentioned it to me at one
yes.
point, and it always stuck in the back of my mind that I really wanted to do this. So I've been looking at it. The last couple of years, as places would come up, I'd say, oh yeah, I need to go. And finally I was able to do that in Columbus in June. And it was absolutely the best thing I've ever done. All these other
yes.
things, it was the best thing. It was great people, and learned so much that I can expand upon what I did for my brother-in-law's service. And so I'm doing that now.
Oh,
And
excellent.
I did my first memorial since my training. I did that yesterday.
Yes.
And I wasn't home an hour and got a call to do another.
Oh my gosh,
So
really?
yeah, so I like listening to people's stories and then telling those stories, and I think that's
Well-
part of my human resources background
Oh,
too.
yes, very
Yeah.
much so.
Yeah.
It's always so nice to have people who can help us share those stories, and I know you're going to be excellent at that.
Thanks. I'm enjoying it.
Excellent. Well, let's see. Is there anything else you'd want to share with everybody?
One of my very favorite quotes, if I
Yes.
can leave you with that.
Yes.
The late Eartha Kitt. She says, "I will learn something every day. My tombstone will be my diploma."
Oh, my.
And I believe that people have something to learn every single day, either if it's from each other or, on the street or off a sign or in a book.
Excellent. What? I'd never heard that one, but that certainly makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Well, thanks for joining us on this edition of Meet Your Neighbor.
You're welcome.
Hope you can tune in again for the next edition, too. Thanks for watching.